We are super delighted today to share the first DAM webinar of the year for us. So it's we are a period of time where I think it was the right time to share with you some of the trends and beyond, and especially regarding this map, because I think a couple of you were asking us, or have you got some updates? And beyond so this map, it's also for us the opportunity to talk about our services. So during this webinar, so I was, this is a translation, so I was in the French translation with my colleagues, Malika and Isabelle, so, but by the way, this is the same content. So very shortly, so Activo is a consultancy company, so we are providing services alongside what really matters for the end customers, or from benchmarking, RFP, DAM, PIM, and CMS. It's all about the digital stacks that we have as of today. And of course, something which is very important is really the fact that we are agnostic. Okay, so we have every customer has its own way to work, and it's super important to get this vision. So it's not a bad place. This is where we are. As you can see, the building with a rooftop at the top of the Champs-Élysées. So so delighted to speak in behalf of my two colleagues just now. And so who we are. So as I said, so we are an independent consultancy company, and so we are close to get 5 years old this year. So which is just like as a dream by the way. And whatever it's Malika and myself, we try to achieve some of our goals that when we started years ago is really to provide and to help customer to find the right path to take. Okay, and so of course the core business is DAM, but as of today, as you know, our DAM is really at the core of the enterprise. So it has to share content with PIM, product information management, and CMS for different websites. So if I'd like to speak about some quick pitch about what we do, is really to provide the DAM core knowledge for any company. So whoever you are, brands, retailers, luxury brands, agencies, etc. So and today by Activo, we are providing experts, or whatever it's, as soon as we are talking about integration, deep dive, or customization, but also which is important also is to have this capability also to have a team, and especially we have a team of librarians in order to enhance your content on the daily basis. So this is a quick view of our team. So we are super happy and delighted to have 70% of women. So something which is very rare in the industry by the way. So we have different skills and profiles from experts, from product owners, from, as I said, librarians, project manager, etc. It's difficult today not to talk about this sustainability and approach regarding um, the corporate social responsibility, which is very important regarding governance, employees, etc. And also on our side, because we're talking about them, it's all about also the ability to talk about sustainability. Activo Green is something that we just launched 2 years ago, and this is one way in order to bring attention to the people regarding this sustainability world. Because of course we know that digital is more or less 4% regarding this the impact regarding the planets. But by the way, I think everybody of us can do some effort, and more or less this is what we're trying to achieve during custom sessions that we had with our customers. Our strength is really to, I would say, to be agnostic. It's super important today to get this vision, because you cannot manage assets for different customer with one solution. So, and we see that more and more today, this digital ecosystem is more and more complex. So it means that we have more and more rich content. We have content everywhere. And so, and at the end of the day, most of the brands, they have to manage different facilities across the world. They have to, from the asset creation to the syndication, that's a challenge. And so this is more or less different expertises that we have alongside this asset lifecycle. And of course, our commitment is really to to provide the right technology to the right customer. As I said, it's all about time, PIM and CMS, but sometimes we are also trying to facilitate and to find the right piece of technology to connect systems, which is also important. As soon as we are taking a glance to our customers' landscape, we are super proud, especially during the last 5 years, because as you can see, it's really a collection of different brands, from brands, luxury, press, and different organizations. And most of them, it's also time driven, but 50% of them, it's also a PIM system or a CMS system, which is just a clear representation about the fact that the dam is really at the core, at the heart of the enterprise as of today. Of course, we have technology partners. We are agnostic, but as I said, sometimes we have to find the way to connect systems. Of course, today it's mainly APIs driven, it's facilitated by where to connect systems. But in the meantime, sometimes, of course, we have to, and we are super proud to get some partnership, and especially with CEPIC or IPTC, as PTC is really the organization to, or I will say at some time, this is the only standard that we have in DAM because it's all about the metadata, okay? And CEPIC is all about the rights management, so it's super important to be part of these organizations. And for the rest, we have also some couple just like Imatag, for example, to track the assets, and some other more dedicated for the print, just like um, Print, CI Hub, or PageProof, or Zfloor, and also our friends from Santa Cruz regarding online editing capabilities. So today, this year, we started just more or less when you go to provide and to renew most of our services. It's more or less driven in 6 steps. So the first one, which is the most important maybe, is the damage check, because what we see on the daily basis is that sometimes people, they want to change something, but they have no idea why they have to change. And we see that under very often people, we have some U-turns, so people are changing positions, etc. And especially in Europe, it's more rare in the United States, where you have this knowledge of to keep a system as it is and to see how to improve. But instead of changing everything, I think it's much more important today to sit together with customer and say, okay, now how we can improve the situation, what are the bottlenecks, and this is a damage check from. We are trying really to analyze the assets lifecycle, the people, the governance, etc. And so it's very important. Of course, we are also driven by RFI, RFP, because at some time you need to change, or some customer, they don't have DAM system. It's all about project management, because as soon as we have the ability to deploy, and very often customers, whatever the technology asks us to deploy the system, we have a large piece of asset migration, and especially with Activo Connect. So we are capable to migrate assets from one side to the other, or from one dam to the other, or to migrate data information from a PIM, a CRM, etc., to the dam system. It's all about rights management, because in fact, at the end of the day, it's super important to manage rights alongside the assets and how they are consumed and used, and also the last one, and not the least, is change and training, which is much more important regarding the adoption. So the damage check, as I just said before, it's a couple of steps in order to bring some resource audits, governance regarding a DAM system. So it's all about analysis, governance, metadata and rights management, the user experience, because sometimes people are facing the way to use the system, performance, which is super important. And at the end of the day, we are trying to bring some reports, some analysis in order how we can change the situation as it is. So this is a damage check. So before changing everything, just contact us and we try to make your dam great again. The second service that we are providing since last year is all about the heritage, because what we see on customer side, that sometimes some of the brands, they have some amazing content. So in order to leverage the brand, one of the best way is to get a vision and strategy regarding your heritage. So finally, when we see about this heritage, it's super interesting regarding the to understand the brand alongside the history of a brand. So we are trying in order to facilitate, to strengthen the image of the brand and to shine finally this content. It's also some opportunity because as for example, last year we have two customers there. It was 15 years of the brand, so it's always nice to bring some collections in order to, and it's also one way to leverage the brand as it is. The last one, I think it's very important. This is the content management services because, in fact, of course, today DAM system we have new capabilities, new AI to in order to enhance and to enrich the content. But at the end of the day, it's super important to get librarians in order really to control, to organize your assets. Of course, librarians, they can use AI in order to tackle your data ecosystem, but most of the time it's super important by way to, and we are used to finally to have some librarians on site, so it can be part-time, it can be 1 day per week, but librarians and data manager really at the core of the business today. And what we see and what we had as an experience is that most of the time when people they don't have a people, the dam system is failing. So it's super important by way to really to understand how it is to analyze all your system, to support all the imports, to enhance the content, to manage KPIs, to understand what are the basic searches or collection that are being used. So we have damage check, we have the heritage, and now the content management system. It's all driven by a design thinking approach. I think it's something which we can see here now most of the time, which is good. But by the way, it's super important to, just like Steve Jobs was saying 25 years ago, to sit on the customer side and really to understand how everything is going. So it's all about this organization of processes. And very often we are talking about tech, people, and processes, which are finally the DNA of every customer. And regarding this change, you have also this well-known hype curve, which is sometimes it's going super well, sometimes you have some bottlenecks, but at the end of the day, with this vision of change, you can really be successful with your dam system. So this is something we see here. Sometime after the framing, you have some unfreeze, you have some change, or refreeze, etc. So, but by the way, at the end of the day, this approach of the what, how, and why can really help you on the daily basis. Of course, we are super happy also after 2 years to talk about DAM news. So digitalassetmanagement.org is really the website since the last 15 years to bring knowledge, best practices, use cases alongside the DAM system and its ecosystem. So we are super happy to still to work with Ralph and Ross. Just last year, we unveiled the industry report, and this report is just, imagine, 527 pages. So it's a collection of everything about DAM. It's more than 116 solutions, and deeply we are investigating 20 solutions, ready to compare apple to apple, to make the difference and to find the right path to take. So it's a collection of articles, many authors, a lot of use cases, and of course a lot of traffic. It's also an opportunity to share some job opportunities, and thanks to some partnership, we have some customers, etc. So it's we're super happy, and thanks again to follow us. And of course, because we are a French company at one time, just like for on DAM, we have to make France great again regarding this collection of knowledge regarding the dam. So reason why we made the decision end of last year to start with damnews.fr. So of course, it's about French, but it's important also in the main way for us to share this all this content in French. During Handam last year, for edition, we really for very first time we produce a special edition of the magazine. And this year, while cooking and working just as of today, new edition of a magazine, so magazine number 2, and this magazine will be both French and English. So we get the opportunity, by the way, to tackle some of the content, to get knowledge of some best practices and all about our services. So now, when we're coming to what can be the future of DAM. I think you know this analytics, but by where we see some progress during the next years because we need assets, we need images in order to push e-commerce to engage the customer. But something we see also is as soon as we are talking with content producer, it's all about rich content. So it's all more about videos, and as we know, videos are driving the traffic on websites, especially from Google. So it's more and more videos. And of course, it starts to be 4K, so it's more content, heavier content. Regarding some marketing awareness, or this one is a hotspot report, also available in English, but it's more what we see. It's on the social, it's even more content, it's even more videos. And as you can see, it's all about the TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, Insta, Facebook. For the very first time, we don't see Twitter, but by the way, so it's you know the story. This infographic is amazing because it's all about the trends, and that's a report by France, where we can share the keynote and you can click to get the PDF. But something we see is really what can be the main interest for customers. And as you can see, it's not really a surprise, but it's all about AI and how finally it can make AI um, super integrated in my systems. And finally, it's beyond the AI, it's all about the customer experience and integration of third-party systems. So as soon as we're talking about DAM is much more than as a foundation, as you know. So of course, we have to manage the assets, but it's more and more, it has an impact, I would say, regarding the content production, the content management, and the content distribution. And so reason why at Activo, we are always working to find the right path to take in order to compare DAM systems. So this is something we are calling the DAM open specifications. And this DAM open specification are mainly driven by to list all the different milestones from the asset creation to the distribution. And of course, a DAM system is just it's not like a simple, it's not a website or WordPress with some images and thumbnails. It's much more than that. It's the ability to manage large assets, to provide live renditions, to manage a large schema of metadata, IPTC, EXIF, custom, etc. It's all about version control. It's all about also the capabilities to share any type of assets. It's all about to retrieve, to search the asset, which is important. And by the way, also we have a lot and more uh, collections of actions regarding the ecosystem. So it's all about the APIs, it's all about the security, and it's all about some AI capabilities. And at the top, it's super important also to have this knowledge of user experience because very often it makes the difference too. And so what we see here, and especially since 1 year, in the DAM space, we see more and more attraction regarding this brand management. So we just put some of the people, of the vendors on the right from Acquia, Binder, Frontify, Kipix, Keflex, Widia, but it's more like the trend that okay, customers, they want a DAM system, but they want also the ability to manage the brands as they are, to customize, to bring an amazing experience at the top of the DAM system. So more and more we see these new capabilities of DAM system, which are very close to a CMS. And of course, one of the questions you can have is, do I have to make the decision of DAM system thanks to this brand management, or it's maybe better to find us some headless CMS with front builder at the top. So that's a challenge, by the way, that we have to face. Of course, as soon as we're talking about AI, we get we get the honor just last year at UNDAM 2024 to get once again Luc Julia, so and with the help of Frédéric Bardot, and both of them, they try really to push the boundaries. What works, what working, what work we can wait for, by the way, regarding this AI, and especially in DAM system, because as of today, when we are looking at what has been done last year, it's not the wow effect, okay? Because, okay, we see a collection of tags. We started to see some AI or recognition of keywords, but it's mainly English driven. And we don't have at that moment this ability to connect with the taxonomy. So it's still a work in progress. We don't have also some predictive experience or workflows, etc. So yes, AI starts, but we need much more really to bring a great experience. And so when we are looking at back to the industry reports, and especially from Gartner, you can see that AI first, of course, it brings a lot of efficiency, and especially as soon as we are talking about the data alongside the experience. And so we have a lot of challenges today. Since last year, we have some new contenders. So we're mainly driven by OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, etc. So we see the DeepSeek effect, I would say, but that's a challenge. And finally, the advice that we can put at the top is just test, test, and test. So if we are looking back to the dam, what we can see, so okay, we can spend slides to for many vendors, but it's more or less what I was saying. So in this case, you can get some face recognition, you can send object recognition, speech to text for videos, etc. So of course it facilitates, but as we said, it's also something that can be improved, especially regarding the dam taxonomy, or some vendors just trying to also to make some tests with the generative AI. So it's all about to test the system. Nothing is really in production as of today, but it's always good to see what we can do. And especially all these vendors, they are tied to this infographic from Morgan. And we can see that in order to achieve or to bring some new experiences, you need to get much more processors. So it's all about the NVIDIA things. And as of today, we need much more processing in order to achieve this. So it's more service capabilities, etc. So reason why we have some shift in the time, because nothing can be achieved without that architecture. And so we don't know, to be honest. It will be 2025, 2030, etc. We see what will happen. It's all about also the ethical, because it's super important also. Regarding everything we see, and AI is good, but sometimes AI and Gen AI can bring some confusion for end customers. So you know the story. Is it a true image? It's not a true images, etc. So it's important to pay attention. And the reason why we are super happy and delighted to partner with CEPIC. It's all about the traceability, by way also, and we have some different technologies in order to track the assets. Where is it fake, is it true, etc. And you have a collections of technologies, as you can see on the right side, in order to protect your system. So of course, we try to gather everything in one white paper, so you can just scan or just go to our website on the webinar sections. It's all about the sustainability. So also, we just complete a whole white paper with gathering a couple of knowledge, best practice, and use cases and analytics. And sustainability was really also at the heart of the DAM Paris. And as we can see, we find the path to finally to sign most of the vendors of technology providers in order to get this agreement. So of course, it's about to say, yes, we agree, we great intent to do something better, but it was a nice feature, by the way, at the end of DAM last year. One of the last milestone from DAM system, it's all about the creativity, which is important, because now you should be able to create the fingerprint on your smartphone, etc. It's all about the Adobe things, of course, because nothing has really changed in the last 20 years. And so what we can see, creativity starts very often from the asset creation and workflows, just like as we can see there for Fleet4, that's a solution provider. And this work in progress is very often today in order to approve the consent before sending everything inside the dam. Of course, some dam systems, they have these workflow capabilities, but it's sometimes very limited, because it's more task management. So reason why you have some dedicated solution provider for that. Regarding the connectors, so we have two main providers for that. So we have the CAB connectors, so since the last 5 years. So as you know the team, it's all about to provide different DAM vendors, storage, etc. They just started with a CAB drive, so you can pick up your files direct from your laptop. So it's not as a file server because it's tied to your internet connections, but by the way, it's an improvement regarding the usage of your assets in production. We are also Santa Cruz providing link UI, but they are also providing much more because many of the business is also tied to provide online capabilities, whatever it's for the print, whatever it's for the digital. And for the digital, they just unveiled end of last year Banner UI. A Banner UI, it's super simple. It's Canva for the enterprise. So you can exactly the same. You can do much more because you can do mass templating. It's super easy, super fast. You just have to upload your Photoshop file. As you can see there, you get your layers on the left and just hide, log, etc. This, what you can see is the back. And of course, you have a front for the end customer, just like that Canva. So super easy, super fast. And really, I think one of the top technology as of today this year. Of course, we see because we are very tied to our photographers, agencies, and even people by media press organization, and so it's super important to edit, to index. Or, of course, one of my foundation is Photoware with PhotoStation. PhotoStation has some improvement after years. Now we can connect to Photoware. They just about to release a new cloud factory, the Flow Cloud things also. So everything is moving to the cloud, just like, of course, Photoware is also available as PhotoWeb at the top. So, and as you can see, we just take an example here with IPTC information. One I wanted to highlight because it's very rare also to get some disruptive technology here in this world. And so SIME is a new French company. They started 5 years ago and really advise you to test a Picto. Picto is a very amazing and super fast, super fast software. It's powered by AI, so you can see it's everything. It's a mix of Capture One of PhotoStation, and it's a new approach. In fact, you have all the IPTC, you have all the AI capabilities on your machine. You can connect, you can share. Just that it's super top. Of course, just before ending this webinar and to unveil our map, of course, as we said, the PIM is super important. Product lifecycle is really at the heart of the enterprise level. So anything you want, as soon as you want to manage your product information, you have to use a PIM. And so, of course, we have, it's just like the DAM, so you have different way to approach and to compare PIM systems. We see that more and more DAM vendors, they also have multiple connectors for different PIM system. So it's more about the syndication and the regulations. And so we see more and more the top PIM vendors attached to this regulation. And this RAM vernacular is a clear representation of what can be product life cycle at the enterprise level, from DAM system, marketplaces, CDP, syndication, print, translation management. And so the PIM is just as a glue software to gather, to collect, and to clean your product information. And of course, on our side, we have the knowledge of most of the PIM systems, so we are not a reseller as it is, but at the end of the day, it's something we have, after 15 years, more or less, we know all the usual suspects in this world. So as you can see here, of course, we have less contenders compared to DAM system. And at the end, regarding some territories, most of them, we are more or less the same key players. So it's also important for us to talk about the data publishing, and especially we are a partner of Print, a German company. Print is just like is one more step alongside Easy Catalog. So Easy Catalog is a nice way to connect your InDesign system with a data source, and Print is one step with a flat plan, etc. But there are also the abilities finally to read brochures, catalogs direct from the datasheets. And this is one of the key factor from our Activo datasheet service at the top of Prints. We see the same for InRiver. So you see more and more PIM players. They are trying to bring this automation from data to print. And so this is what we are doing. So of course, we are doing a lot of easy catalogs, but also we can do from some dedicated projects something much more advanced. Just like, and this is a clear representation of what print can do. So as you can see, you can bring online your own catalogs. You just have to drag and drop your products. It's tied to your PIM system, or it can be auto spreadsheet or anything like that. And so it's super easy finally at the end of the day to start. It's not to do everything, but at the end of the day, you can really easily to manage your catalogs. And so now this is the time to, or how I can select your DAM system. And DAM system, so you know this infographics. So a DAM is really at the enterprise level, from the asset creation to the distribution, and it's more and more distribution at the top. This one, super one from Akeneo Tour, it's just like as we saw before, the PIM is really at the us, at the enterprise level of information, and you can see sometimes you have to update information from one side to the other, from the input to the output. And so something we can see that, especially during the last two editions from DAM, we bring on the stage DAM and PIM together. And like really this slide, because it was a mentioning with InRiver, and they were talking about and DAM and PIM integration at the enterprise level. So just for us, connect to us and you can get access to all this content and replay. And of course, when you are talking about this landscape of, we are talking about Chief Martech, and especially from Scott, who is doing a fantastic job. So it's growing after years. Some of them are dying. Some of them we have new solutions. And so this is the map as of today that we try to end. So as I'm saying, every time it's not a race. It's all about who is the winner, etc. Because as we said, you have so many customers with so many use cases, and you cannot manage everything in single solution, from asset creation to the distribution. It's all about some budget, also capabilities. And so this year we are super delighted to unveil this new map of DAM systems. So 2025. What we try to achieve is more or less is not a race. So what we try to do is really to bring some new DAM vendors to test them in order to see how they can what can be the strategic position of DAM systems. So maybe you saw, I think, some new contenders. What we're also trying to do every year is to get product information, demonstration, and especially alongside the DAM use capabilities, because at the end of the day, we are trying to compare all of them. The job we are doing is nothing. We are asking for some money to the vendors. It's super important, so it's super agnostic. Well, when we are doing some tests, it's really tests with uploading assets, see how our metadata is managed, how the assets are distributed, and all the stack finally, from the asset creation to the distribution. And of course, regarding the use cases, it's super difficult. We cannot say that there's one winner, in fact, because regarding what you want to perform, what you want to achieve, it's super different. And what we can see there is finally we have some open source solution from Boles to top enterprise. Or you see the strategy. The strategy is more or less, to how to explain. It's more, I would say, the awareness we can see in the market. So most of the time, the solution we see in the market are more on the right, and the complexity to explain that, or which is sometimes a challenge for French people, but it's more it's the complexity regarding the integration and deployment. So because sometimes people, when you have some top enterprise solution, just like Adobe, OpenText, etc., the things that you need a reseller, you need somebody technical to achieve, to customize, etc. For some solutions, you have no administration, so you need to be tied to a vendor. So this is more or less the complexity. But the things we see also in the market, it's more and more simple. And even for old enterprise content management system, ECM, they are going to the cloud, so they are also going to simplify. And we do believe that in the next 2 or 3 years, more or less, it will be much more simple than it was before. But it's super interesting, by the way, to see this collection. And so it's always a challenge for the end customer to say, I can make a decision. Okay. And especially if we are looking back to some vertical markets, it's very different. You cannot manage a packet artwork packaging, just like a JPEG file or just like super large video or files, etc. So reason why for every of these vertical market we have different contenders that can do the job. More or less also something we can say, and especially because we have some customer managing large video files, and what we see is that we see also some on-prem solution, especially for MAM, because when you have terabytes of videos, nothing you can upload on the cloud, and most of cloud systems, they are not capable, or you have to wait for the eternity to get a preview. So very often we are trying to we have some project we are trying to combine MAM and DAM system. So we have a DAM in the cloud and a MAM in order to manage large volume assets. So this is the map, and of course, everything is shared on our website, so you can go to the blog to go deep dive in some collections of articles we have. We also have Activo TV. Activo TV is really a place where more and more we are producing content. Uh, we are we are convinced of the fact that yeah, you can write tons of lines in an article. You can spend a lot of time, even send a lot of webinars. But what we see also is that at the end of the day, um, most of the time people they don't have time. So you will see on Activo TV more and more short video, quick sneak peeks, so just 30 seconds, quick, super fast feedback or testimonials. And today Activo TV is more than 3 billion views, thousands of followers who are super delighted. And as you can see, it's diagnostic. We are talking more or less about all the vendors. We have also a dedicated mobile app where you can find and especially all our events. And in order to help us alongside this video communication, we have great partnership with Damn Videos, where we have two amazing people. They are young and foolish, or they have strong experience in the dam industry. They did a tons of video. Personally, I know these guys, so they are doing super well. And in fact, at the end of the day, it was makes sense really because we cannot do everything ourselves. So reason why we really starting since minus 1 year to get some amazing content, and everything you can see as of today on LinkedIn, Activo TV, etc., is mainly driven by Damn Video. So very thank you for all the amazing job they are doing. And so yeah, you get some this type of things we are doing, and especially also bring some new content to the end customer alongside demonstration, motion, etc. About the events, so just this week we had Unlock from Akeneo, so a great super event, maybe one of the best of the year by the way. And as you can see, we had a collection of events alongside the year, and especially so the team will be and myself and the Damn Video team will be at NAB Shore, which is really the place to be as soon as we are talking about MAM, videos, workflows, etc. We'll see some other conferences from vendors just like InRiver, Apontex, Acquia, where different DAM vendors, Widia, Binder, will be also at the Stewart event in London and in New York. So a collection of events, as you can see, we are really trying it for the opportunity to share with you all the content and what really matters, what are the new capabilities of products. And of course, I like this view because this is just the ambience of the year of Dam. So it was 2024. So I think this week we'll be ready to unveil new information about Undam 2025. But by the way, 2024 was just like as we can see there, a collection of testimonials from so many vendors. If there's one place in the world where you want to tackle all the vendors, if there's one place you want to get in touch with all the customer experience, whatever they are doing, this is on them, and all these videos are available on Activo TV. So just take the time to listen to them, to get some knowledge and best practices. And so, of course, 2025 it will be the fifth edition of Undam. So ondamparis.com to get all the information. So you can already save the date. So it will be 18th and 19th of November 2025. Of course, we are trying to be more creative to push the boundaries of the event with always a dam. So a couple of people told me it can be on PIM or on TS. No, it stays as a dam. We don't know how to change anything, but it's dam at the enterprise level. So with for sure more PIM vendors or some solution providers, work in progress, AI, etc., photo retouching, etc. So save that, um, and you get the opportunity to get a great moment. It's always hybrid events, so you can go on site, and especially at a period of time of Paris, it's just an amazing place. And of course, on our online if you cannot join the event because you are somewhere in the world. So thank you so much for your time. So I just try to design to share with you some of the best trends beyond I will say the DAM capabilities. Or we are very enjoyed also to finally to share all our new services, damage check, heritage, content management. So it can really help you on the daily basis to achieve your goals, to make your dam as a success. And of course, we have all these events, especially the On-Dam Paris 2025. So the only thing I can say, thank you so much. Follow us and stay tuned. And of course, a lot of things are coming this year. Thank you so much. Bye bye.